questions, and I'm just going to kind of go through them, like Martha said, and just kind of show you guys some examples. But if you have any questions as we get started, feel free to just raise your hand and make this an interactive conversation. I figured Facebook is a good place to start because it's the most popular out of all the social media sites and probably the most useful to all of you. How many of you guys are on Facebook? Okay, that's awesome. How many of you know what you're doing on Facebook? Okay, a little bit less. All right, so essentially, we're logged into my Facebook account here. When you first log in, this is kind of a collection of basically everything your friends have posted, good or bad. It's what Facebook deems is of interest to you, and of any pages that you're following, such as if you've liked a TV show or you've liked a band or a company, those updates will show up here. This is honestly where I spend most of my time on Facebook, and if you guys have the mobile app on your phone, this is usually what you're looking at. So you can come through here and you have several different options. You can like comments if you agree with it, you think it's cool. You can like it, of course you can comment on it, add your thoughts to it, or you can share it. Now when you hit share, what that does is it brings up a box and it allows you to add your own thoughts to something and gives you an option of where you can share it. So you can share it on your own timeline, you can post it on your friend's wall, or your friend's timeline, excuse me, if you think it would be of interest to them, or on a page that you manage. Do any of you guys in here manage pages for business? Is that anything you're interested in talking about?
Y'all need to do one for this group. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I've done one for the Rotary Club, several other clubs, so it's nifty, and then you post y'all members of it, and you go to it, and there's pictures on it, and albums and stuff, so that's what would be great to do.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that, yeah. I mean, that's an idea.
So what is an example of when you might want to use this? For example, my dad used it the other day. I think he's already told like 80% of the people in here. I had lunch with Gandhi's grandson on Tuesday. But so when I posted the picture on Facebook, what he did is he came in and he shared it actually and added, my daughter Emma Loggins, and then posted my picture on his timeline. So essentially all he did, is when he saw it on my timeline, he just shared it on his timeline.
Tell us a little about timeline. Is that
timeline? All right. So Facebook changes their stuff all the time. It's really aggravating at first, and then you get used to it and you actually learn the benefits to it. With this particular version that we're on now, which is called Timeline, it gives us the information, kind of just a summary of what we do, where we worked, where we've gone to school, where we live, where we're from, over here on the left side. Underneath that, it just shows our friends, or a selection of our friends, then photos that we're tagged in, and it's always going to have the most recent, and then it'll kind of, scroll down from there. And then interests that you've told Facebook that you like. So certain bands that you've liked, movies that you've watched, TV shows that you've watched, games that you're a fan of, and then just other things that you have liked. And then if any of you in here use Instagram, Facebook owns Instagram now, so it also pulls content from that and also shows that in your photo feeds.
Now, what do they do with the data that you like? How do they use that?
Facebook uses that to determine what content would be of interest to you. So sometimes that means advertising. Like over here on the side, I have an ad for Email Direct, which is actually funny because I use that software for one of my clients. So all of the information that you put into Facebook about things that you like, your age, your location, basically any information you give it is available to have advertisers target you, which is kind of cool because it means the advertisements are not completely irrelevant to you. But you do, and if we'll go over privacy concerns here in just a minute, because I know that was definitely one of the questions on here. Facebook has actually made that really simple. It used to be really complicated to figure out how to keep people from seeing stuff on your profile. Actually, let's go into that right now. Okay, so if I'm going to post a comment here, this is one of the first privacy areas that I have that I can post. So I'm just going to say, speaking today at Clayton State. And then here is where I get to decide who gets to see this. So I can make it public to everyone, which means anyone that can see my profile can see it. Or, get rid of this little loop here. I can say, all right, people that I put in the friends groups, I can say there's an acquaintances group too, only me or custom. If I choose custom, it's going to basically let me say, don't share it with these people. So if you want to post something and you really don't want someone to see it, you can put in their name and then they won't see it. Or you can just, create, you can say only me, friends of friends. You can be really specific on how many people you want to see this update. And that goes the same for all of your content on your timeline. You'll notice that when you hover over, you'll have an edit or remove or highlight. Highlight basically means that it's going to have higher priority on your timeline. It's going to be highlighted. If I edit or remove this, I can change the date. So if I wanted to go in and add, a major life event that happened for me maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I could go in and I could create that and I can move it on my timeline. So I'm kind of creating like a scrapbook of my life essentially, and Facebook gives me the abilities to change times and locations, and also hide if I don't want it to be public. Like someone posts something on your timeline, one of your friends, and you're like really upset about it because it's not something you want your other friends to see. You can just come in here, you hit this little edit button, and then you can just say hide from timeline if you want to keep it, or just delete it altogether.
But the timeline is just the order that things are posted?
Right. It's just a timeline of your life, essentially. So it's the updates in chronological order, and of course you can go in and change the date on it if you want to, and just move it around. So it really is just a timeline of your life and things that you posted on
Well,
Facebook.
did the timeline replace the wall? Or what's the wall compared to the timeline?
That's the terminology for it now. It's your people use a lot of these terms interchangeably. So your profile or your wall. Originally, when Facebook started back in the day, and it was only for college students, and not even for all college students, they limited it by school in the beginning. You had your wall, which was your profile, and literally anyone could edit your wall. So your friends could make your wall say whatever it wanted to about you, which was really just like a time bomb. I'm so glad that they fixed that. But yeah, the terminology is really interchangeable. This newest design release of Facebook is called Timeline, but it is your profile. It is the profile design. Yes.
Can Facebook put something that you have not liked or you've not input in any way on your page?
You may see ads on your page that you have not liked, like Rackspace. I have not liked that, but the advertisers think that this would be of interest to me because of the information that I put into it, even though I haven't specifically liked Rackspace. But the only time that things are going to appear on your profile that you don't have full control over is when your friends post something, and then that's when you can actually set that to make it to where no one can post on your profile. And if you go up here to right next to home, there's a who can see my stuff, who can contact me, and how can I stop someone from bothering me. So if I want to block someone, but if I say who can see my stuff, basically it says can review all posts or things that I'm tagged in. So I use that. So if someone tags me in something and I may not know what it is, that way I can review it before it shows up on my timeline. And then Facebook will send you an email notification of that, and you can see it. Yes?
I used to have a Facebook account, and I closed it when my husband got stuff supposedly that I had sent him that I had never seen.
I mean, in situations like that, accounts do get hacked. So there's a situation like that where someone could come on and post stuff, advertisements. I actually saw that on one of my friend's accounts this morning. It got hijacked by a not socially appropriate advertisement thing, and he was sending out statuses for something I know that he would not be okay with. So in those kind of situations, it means your account has been hijacked and you just need to change your password and then go through and delete that. That happens with any social media account. It's the same way with email. Your email can get hacked. So that's essentially what that is. And the best way to prevent against that, and Facebook actually does a pretty good job with helping to combat that. They record IP addresses, so if they see someone is trying to log in multiple times from an IP address that you've never logged into from before, it'll send you an email and tell you that someone's trying to access your account, and is this you? Another cool thing here with who can see my stuff, you can actually view your profile as someone else. So if you have, maybe you have really strong political views and you're concerned about maybe what one of your potential clients or friends, might see on your profile, you can actually view the profile as a person. So I can see, what can my dad see on my profile? So what have I hidden from my dad? Which is nothing, you can see it.
Right, yeah, yeah.
But I could hide stuff from him if I wanted to. So it's actually showing me now, my profile as my dad would see it. So you can actually view your profile as other individuals may see your profile, which is a really nifty feature. As far as the benefits for retirees, that was one of the questions. Facebook is the main way people keep in touch with people now, especially with younger generations. Like my dad had mentioned earlier, he doesn't know what I'm doing unless it's Facebook or Instagram that he's following me and seeing the photos of what I do. And really for communication, they talk about email being on the way out for younger generations, which still I don't think is true for professional contacts at all, because you still need email to conduct business. But as far as for personal socialization, all of it happens on Facebook. Like if one of my friends is having an event and I'm not on Facebook, I won't get invited to it. I won't even know about it. So when there is some sort of event, there's that's how you find out about stuff. So I think it's really important that people have Facebook in order to keep up with individuals in their life that may not be good at contacting them via phone or email or other forms of communication.
Now, you would have to log in, say you're a friend's account, she's not necessarily gonna send you something an invitation that ends up on your page, or could she do that?
It won't end up on your page. The thing that could happen if the event is marked as public, actually this is a great example. I'm going to a surprise party for one of my friends tomorrow night, and so she doesn't know about it, but all of her friends know about it here on Facebook. So what's going to happen, because this is set as a private invite-only event, nothing is going to show up. If it was set as a public event, the only thing that would show up would say that you are going to an event. It would say that on your Facebook, or like after the event, it would say you went to this event. So that's the kind of stuff that would show up. As far as like advertising or anything for a certain event, that wouldn't be on there. But you can, let's see, you can turn off notifications from it if you don't want to get event notifications. And you can, going, maybe not going, invite friends. If I had friends that I wanted to, invite from my social crowd, I could add them to it and then they could see it too. But otherwise, they're not going to see it because this is set as a private event. And when you create an event on Facebook, it's very basic. Name, details, where's it going to be, when's it going to be, what time is it going to be, and privacy. Is it available for everyone to see? Only the friends of the people you invite, or only to the people you invite, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So it's very, very basic. Let's see here. One of the things that was noted, in addition to posting on my profile on Facebook, I can understand I can create web pages. What are the primary type of Facebook pages? Web pages wouldn't be the correct term, but Facebook pages would be the correct term. If you have a business, you can create a page for it. I'll use the example here with my entertainment site, FanBolts. I get a lot of additional information on this because I'm set up as an admin. So I can see the posts, the total people that it reached, people that are talking about it, the new people that have liked it. If I wasn't the admin, I would not see any of this. I would just see this down.
So you can look at the new people and then sell something to them if you wanted to.
I can't contact them directly it would contact them from my personal account. And depending on their settings, I may or may not be able to do that. I would not recommend doing that because that's a good way to upset people.
Can't you make it an open or a closed
That's a group.
group? Okay.
That's a group. That's different. And those are really on the out. They're not really being utilized as much. Facebook is really pushing pages as the primary form of communication. And when you make an update on your Facebook page, what's kind of uncool about this is they've been trying to figure out how to make money on Facebook for a long time. So in the past, all of your updates would reach all of the people that had liked your business. Now it only reaches a certain percentage, which Facebook determines based upon the popularity of the people that like your post. If you want to reach all of them, you actually have to pay to do it. So that's boost post, and that's when you get to decide how much you want to spend to make sure all the people that have already liked your page and said they want to hear from you can actually hear from you. Yes.
So this is really a dumb question. Should have asked it 10 minutes ago. So when you like something,
Mm-hmm.
what am I committing myself to? Besides the fact that somebody now knows that I like that kind of toilet paper, so I'll start getting ads for that toilet paper. What am I doing when I say I like something?
You are saying that you want to be kept in, it's basically you're wanting to keep a line of communication open. So you're saying, I want to receive updates about this because I like it.
So
You may or
someone writes and says, I looked out my bedroom window and saw a beautiful lake, and I like that. So what's going to happen now?
Well, if you're commenting on, or if you're liking someone else's post, then yeah, you will get notifications from that. If you're liking a page, then you would get updates from that company or that business. One thing, I don't know if you guys have had this, I've had this problem a lot because everyone I know is getting married or having kids, and so you post congratulations on something, and then 40 other people do, and you're getting a notification every single time someone does it, and it's just too much. So what you can do here is, let's find something that I can like. I'll like this. Now what I can do here, now that I've liked it, you can hover over this little arrow that appears on the top of an update, and you can say follow post, or, well, it's not letting me follow it. That way you don't get it. So if you're getting updates from something, or you want to make sure, like I want to be sure that I get all the updates from this, I can hit follow post. If I'm getting flooded with, congratulations baby notifications from my friend, I can just come and then this would say unfollow, and then I can click that and I wouldn't get any more notifications from it. So that's the difference of kind of liking something that a person has posted as compared to a company posting it. A company's posting it the same way. If you have a friend that is playing Mafia Wars or Farmville, and you're getting notifications from that constantly, you can always hit this little thing and you can follow, unfollow, hide it. If it's something that you think is inappropriate, if you think someone's spamming something, you can hit spam. So you have a number of options there with each post, and you can use that to kind of keep your Facebook as you want it to be and not be notified from stuff you don't want to see. Yes.
Emma, let's say something appeared 6 months ago. Are you able to look it up, and if so, how do you go about that?
6 months ago on your profile, or 6 months ago just
on the timeline, on my timeline.
On your timeline, definitely. On other people's, you'd have to know who posted it, and you could go back to and see on theirs. But if I keep scrolling, they kind of have this infinite scroll feature now, which is when you hit the bottom, it just automatically generates more. So you can do it that way, or over here on the right side, you'll actually see a set of years.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go back and I can look at, I can go back into 2000, 2005, and see, when my car got stranded. Good memories. Right. So you can actually go back and kind of look through your Facebook profile like that if you want to, which is all kind of a part of making this timeline of your life, which is your digital fingerprint.
And you can still go back and delete something even back there,
Oh
can't you?
yeah. I mean the editor remove. If one of my ex-boyfriend got my car stalled, I could always go back in and delete it if I didn't think it was funny. But yeah, I can reposition it. I can hide it. I can change the date or the location to move it around. I can do whatever I want to with it. So.
What happens when, we have a Facebook, what happens when we die? To our Facebook?
There is actually a service out there. I have not researched it too much. I just heard about this a couple weeks ago, so I'm not educated on it, and I apologize for that. But there is a service that you could probably go in and just Google for this. That you give them all of your passwords to all of your social media accounts, and they'll take care of it for you when you die.
You mean they'll take it, delete it?
They'll do, whatever you say you want to happen with it is what they will do with it. So if you want to leave it up, then it'll make sure that it stays up. If you want it all to be removed, it'll remove it for you.
Okay, but if you do nothing, supposedly it just stays up.
Yeah, unless someone knows your password and can go in and, you know, delete it for you. Otherwise, it would just stay up. Yes.
What if there's somebody out in the universe that you don't want to know you're on Facebook?
Let's see here.
Like an old boyfriend that has, you know, interests in continuing the relationship.
What I would recommend at that point, you can do, who can contact me, messages that I want to be filtered into my inbox, which basically says, I allow everyone to contact me now, but I could do strict filtering, which means that I would only get messages from friends. And here, who can send me friend requests, I have it currently open to everyone, but if I wanted to make it, I can make it to where only a friend of a current friend could add me as a friend. Other than that, if someone adds you that you don't want to be added, you can always block them and you know, add their name or their email there. Yes.
How do you know that you can trust companies that say, oh, I'll take care of getting rid of everything when you die, or send me $20 and your name will never appear on other lists, or, you know, how do you know?
You just have to look for, do research on the credibility of the company and see how widely it becomes recommended. I know the one, I wish I remembered the name of it, it was just featured on a really great site called Mashable.com, which does great social media news. They push out 54 articles a day on social media tech kind of stuff. So anytime there's like a major change on Facebook or something's coming up with the privacy or whatnot, you know, they got a story on it. And they had an article on this not too long ago. But usually if you see, you know, reputable news sources talking about something, I mean, I would trust them. But I would definitely do my homework and my research on it. Yes?
How do you get the photos into the Facebook?
Photos into Facebook. A couple ways. If you want to post just one photo, you can do right here as soon as you log in, the first thing you see, add photos and videos, upload photos, and here I can, you know, pick whatever photo I want to upload, and I say upload and it uploads. So it's very, very simple. Or I can create a photo album. If I have like a lot of photos I want to upload, you know, I can come in here and I can select multiple images, and my screen resolution's messed up, so it's not letting me drag this. It's hidden down here under my taskbar. I can't hit OK. But that's what I would do, and it would then come up with, you know, allowing me to put in description information for
Tell them how to do it from your phone.
From your phone? I do all of my photos through my phone on Instagram, and then on Instagram it allows me to upload it to Facebook and to Twitter just by selecting it. So what happens with that, I'm going to take a picture of all you lovely people. All right, everybody wave. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, Instagram is just a phone app, so I can come in here, hit my camera, select my photo, and then I can put a filter on it so I can make you guys look like you're all artsy.
20 years younger, that's what.
Yeah, right.
Then I can say next, and I can write in a little description here, and then I can share it Facebook, Twitter,